gentlemen. We now go to the patient gentlelady from North Carolina for her 5 minutes. Ms. Ross.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I have a unanimous consent request. I ask unanimous consent to enter into the record a letter by Frank Cullen, Executive Director of the Council of Innovation Promotion, to you and the ranking member, dated September 18th, 2025, which expresses the Council's concern regarding recent proposals for Congress to impose a moratorium on state-level regulation of AI.
Without objection, so ordered.
Thank you again to both the chair and the ranking member for organizing this very important hearing, and to the witnesses for your testimony. I'm glad that we're talking about how Congress and other lawmakers can responsibly legislate and regulate around AI. I represent the Research Triangle in North Carolina. I have seen the incredible things that AI can do, particularly in the medical area and in biopharma, and I'm just blown away by the powerful and positive use of AI. But I've also seen the negative effects of AI, and I'm thrilled that one of those issues has been brought up by Representative Klein and Representative Lee, and that's the ongoing necessary litigation that's happening with content creators and copyright. I was with the head of Anthropic this morning talking about how much money they're having to pay for what they did that was illegal, flat out illegal. And I hope and look forward to working with Mr. Chairman and the ranking member to make a hearing on that issue, and we've had a couple of those hearings happen again, but do it in a way that we can promote good behavior by AI companies. I also, I know I love California, and I know we're talking about California, but I want to bring up some crucial areas where other states have regulated AI in necessary ways. And I know that we have the parents of children who have been hurt by AI here, and the states are ahead of Congress in protecting our children. And given our inaction, many states have stepped up, passing legislation covering topics that run the gamut from expanding CSAM laws to cover AI-generated material in Alabama, to prohibiting AI from being used to provide mental health care services in Nevada. And then, you know, we've been talking about democracy, prohibiting the use of AI during an election to create political messaging that contains deep fakes of candidates for office in New Hampshire. And so this, you know, we've been talking about federalism, but sometimes the states have to act. I also have some concerns. I fully agree with the chairman and a lot of the sentiment here that Congress does need to come together in a bipartisan way. But I think some of the AI companies want this preemption because they know that they can muck up the congressional situation, which isn't that hard to do, you know, and create the inaction so they can do whatever they want to do for as long as they possibly can do it. So with that long introduction, Professor Richards, the federal government often regulates in particular areas that affect interstate commerce, like air travel. The states have areas where they traditionally take the lead, like insurance. When it comes to the states making laws that affect AI deployment, what sectors or use cases should continue to be within the state's purview, where the federal government shouldn't get in the way?
Thank you for your question, Representative Ross. I think there are a numerous list of them, and I would hope that the committee would indulge me that if I forget one, there are too many to count. I would say in healthcare, in the provision of medicine, I work a lot with our physician scientists at Washington University through the Cordell Institute, And they are concerned about having access to AI technologies to treat their patients, but also to be sure that the delivery of those treatments and the development of those treatments is done in a way which is consistent with the ethical and sustainably ethical practice of medicine. I mentioned in my opening remarks the problem we have in the courts of hallucinated citations, that states should be able to safeguard the integrity of their judicial systems and litigation processes by AI-specific laws, that general laws will not be enough in these cases, given the particular affordances and applications that AI produces. I think about education. I believe it was Mr. Kiley that spoke about that a moment ago. AI does have a potential to help people in education, but it also does tend to create massive plagiarism problems. So, and I'm being indicated to wrap up by the chair, so I will pause there.
Thank you very much, and I yield back.
Professor,